Hello, y'all, and welcome back to the channel. Marquita here, and today I'm going to be doing some Aldi and Dollar Tree finds. Now, these will be things that can be helpful for many things depending on what your situation is or what you might need them for. So, I have some things that could be considered back to school supplies, whether you are a student or a teacher, or four-year student if you have a younger child, maybe K-12 situation, and also some things that could be helpful around the house or used for school supplies. So they kind of have dual uses depending on what you might need them for. So again, I'm going to share things from Aldi, from the what we call the aisle of shame, but really it's that aisle that does not have the food. It has like all the other random like seasonal things and has like little goodies, trinkets. And so I'm just sharing those items that I picked up, and then also some things that have kind of gone viral if you are like someone that follows like Dollar Tree vlogs and people post their good finds and everything like that. These are some items that were in those groups and vlogs that have gone viral, and so I was able to find some of those items, so I want to share them with you, and we can test them out and see if they really are as good as people claim that they are for those items. So let's go ahead and get into it. But before I do, please be sure to like and subscribe, and make sure that you also share and turn on those notifications so you can see when I post a new video. So let's go ahead and start. I'll go ahead and start with the Dollar Tree finds. So this will be a variety of things once again, and you may have many uses for them. So I'm going to start with the infamous pins. So a lot of people were posting in this Dollar Tree group that I'm not even a member of, but I see it on Facebook. This particular brand of pins, and also they have some highlighters, specifically glitter highlighters, that people were saying are all the rage and they're so great and wonderful. So we're going to test them out. But first I wanted to say I did find them, and these are the pins, and it says journaling ink on them, and you get two in a pack. And again, these are $1.25 a piece, so you get two in a pack. These are gel pens. They come in a variety of colors, and yes, the ink colors represent the pen color. So I did pick up two sets of those. I had to make sure these were not highlighters. Two sets of those. So I got the purple and pink and the green and blue. These are 0.7 size writing in terms of like the fine prints, I guess you could say. And again, the colors do match. So this is purple, pink, green, and blue ink as well. And I think they had one more set. I just didn't care for the other color combination, so I just got these two. But again, each one was $1.25, which is not bad if they are indeed very good gel writing pens. And we're going to test these out. But they are vibrant colors, it says, and they write on black paper as well. So I don't know if you guys remember, but back in the day, we used to have like black notebook paper specifically for gel pens because a lot of people like them, and a lot of kids these days will never know what it's like to write one of them letters with the gel pens in multicolors to your friends and pass them off in between class changes. So the black paper was kind of like a next level to that, where you could use the black notebook paper to write your friends' notes and whatnot, and use a gel pen. So it was very colorful, and it showed up a little better on the black paper versus white regular notebook paper. So again, these are supposed to be acrylic gel pens, and it says that they write on most surfaces here. And I have purchased some regular pens from Dollar Tree, and they are pretty good, honestly. And we'll see how these are, because everybody says, it also says that they're great for journaling, hence the name journaling ink. So like, keeping a diary or a journal or something like that, they're supposed to be good for that. And if you do agendas and planners and things, a lot of people like to use different color pens to maybe differentiate between, like, maybe types of appointments or things to do. If you're a student, you might have like different classes might have a different color when you're writing down your assignments or tasks. And same thing for, as a teacher, I might use them for different meetings, whether it's a department meeting. Since I'm a special ed teacher, I belong to two departments. I teach English, so I belong to the English department and then also the special ed department. So I color code, the meetings for the different departments, or if I have an IEP meeting for a student, also color code it differently, or a just regular school, like full body, like, staff meeting, something different. So if you didn't know, teachers have a lot of meetings. But these are the types of things you could do with these pens, and also just your everyday life. You might characterize your different doctor's appointments, hair appointments, if you have to pick up children, or they have games and extracurricular activities, all that type of thing. And the other thing that I picked up was these glitter highlighters. So these also come in packs of 2, and you have different color combos. I think I got one of each color combo that I saw. So you get blue and purple together, which is probably going to be my favorite combo, and I actually picked up 2 sets of these. They have orange and teal together, and then they have pink and green together. So all of these again, $1.25 a pack, and these are also the same brand, journaling ink. And these are glitter highlighters. It says that they are great for journaling, smooth writing, and they have a chiseled tip. So we're going to try these pens as well as these highlighters out. And I actually have my booked and busy. As you can see, I have not started using it yet, but we're going to change that today. This is actually my reading journal, where I also picked up from Aldi. So goes right along with the video. But we'll use the pens to maybe like fill out my name and some information, just to see like how well they actually write. So yeah, we'll share that. So let's go ahead and jump in with the pens. So purple is my favorite color, so I'll go ahead and open these. And luckily, the Dollar Tree that I found these at, they actually have a school supply section set up down in a different section than the actual aisle of school supplies. So just a note, if you go in your Dollar Tree, I haven't seen them yet, because in both places that I got, I went to 2 different Dollar Trees. In both Dollar Trees, they had a separate section that had kind of like a school supply or back to school setup. That was like on an end cap, and it had its own little section. And then there's like the regular aisle of school supplies. These were located in the special like school supply back to school section. So if you go down the regular aisle and you don't see them, the regular like school supply aisle where like pens and things are, and you don't see them, check to see if there's a special section that's set up where they have like kind of like more of a back to school specific theme. That's where I found these at. So just a note if you go searching and whatnot. So I figured that out after my second and third. So we'll use the purple. It does have the little brand new pen. I'll take that off, and we'll see. We're gonna write my name on the just this journal belongs to, and we'll see. Ooh, that came out smooth. How well they write. So I do like it, and these are like gel pens, so they're not like ink gel. They are like gel, like what you use for your color, like that type of gel, if that makes sense. But they do write really well and really smooth. So it's right when it says they have a where it writes smooth, definitely does. And I absolutely love them. And this is straight. You guys saw it straight out the pack. You can see how smooth it is. It looks like it might take a second or two to dry, so that you don't want to run your hand across it or whatnot. It might smear, but now it looks completely dry. Yeah, so it's dry now. But I'd say give it maybe like 5-10 seconds before you like brush over it or something like that, just to make sure it doesn't smudge. But otherwise, it's a good pen. I like that. It's a good pen. I would definitely, I already have a billion pens, so I don't need to rack up on them, but I might buy another set of these just because I really like the purple. But it is a good pen. So now we know the pen works great. Let's try out the glitter highlighters, which is what I was really looking for, because I've really been excited about. I've never had glitter highlighters. I know they have existed, but I want to try them. And now they have some, but they're like packs. People make them, companies make them, but they're super expensive. Compared to $1.25 a pack. So these are just as good as like, the name brand that's out there. And I was sad because the Love Shack Fancy collab with Target that just dropped had some in their collection, but that's what sold out. I don't know about you guys, but around my area, the Target and Love Shack Fancy, the like hair and accessory, that kind of thing, that is like fully stocked. That didn't sell out. Like the earbuds, the hair accessories, like all of that's still fully stocked in at least 2 Targets that I've been to near me. But the school supply stuff, that's what got cleaned out. So I missed the glitter highlighters in that collection. So far I haven't found them. So let's try a blue, since we did purple writing. Let's try, this is what the glitter highlighter looks like. So I'm really curious as to see like what they actually look like. So what I'm going to do is just kind of maybe highlight the stars here, because I just want to, oh, this is nice. I just want to kind of see what it looks like. Oh, it is pretty. So I use the blue to highlight that star just so you can kind of see like what it looks like. And since we got the purple out, let's try the purple too. I like it, and it definitely does give glitter. You guys could see that. And I'll use it to highlight one of the other small stars. So I'll do purple. There we go. So you guys can see this is the purple over here and the blue here. And I'd say these are both very pretty, and they do add, you can see the glitter clearly. So they add a nice little touch. I'll probably do more later just to kind of give it a full spectrum. But yeah, I like these. So I'm very happy that I got them. I want to try them before I like stocked up. So I just got one of each set. But I may actually get more of them just to have, because I do like these. And I might even get a set, enough to have like a set for my students, just in case they want to be fancy. So we can say that we've tested the viral journaling ink pens from Dollar Tree, and I would say that they are worth the $1.25, and they do work very well. They are smooth writing, they do what they're supposed to do, and they're fun and colorful. And also, last but not least, very affordable. Alright, so that was the first set of things I got from Dollar Tree that's viral. Now, another thing I picked up from Dollar Tree actually today, they have these, what do they call them, mesh zipper bags, and I saw that these were kind of popular, like not just from Dollar Tree, but just in general, the bags, the idea of these bags. So these are mesh bags. They're kind of like sturdier Ziploc bags if you really want to come down to it. But what I've seen these for, and this is one of those things I said could be also used for different things, whether it be household or like back to school or office. Because I think this is like 8.5 by 11. So let's see. It says this is a 13.7 inch by 9.84 inch. So you could probably put some papers in here too. But what I would say with these, and they did come with different colors zippers, so they'd be clear but have different color zippers up here. These are also good when you're talking about household. If you have young children, you have things like Legos, puzzle pieces, things like that. You can use these, one, to get rid of the boxes, so it helps to clear the clutter when it comes to, like, if you have a lot of boxes, board games, puzzles, that kind of thing. Instead of holding on to that box, you can simply put the things in these bags, which are a lot slimmer and less bulky than, you know, the average box for a puzzle or whatnot. And if you want to keep that front, just cut the front off that has, like, say if it's a puzzle, you want to make sure you can still have that picture of the image so you know what the puzzle should look like when it's done. You can just cut that and put it in here with the puzzle pieces, and you can just drop the puzzle pieces in here and you have your storage. So it makes it for a lot simpler and easier storage for things like that. For me, I might use it to fill up like markers or crayons or something like that. Now, they do have smaller versions in other places, and I'm going to show some of those in a minute. But this could be used for many things. I would say, though, for storing pieces of things like that, though, it would be great. And maybe even scrap paper if you're maybe an art teacher or something, or you have crafts. It could be good for storing like maybe that scrap, or even just like pieces that don't necessarily go with anything in here. So this is just a great little bag, and again, $1.25 at Dollar Tree. And they do have, you know, different color zippers. If you want to color code it or do anything like that, you can do it. And similar to that, this is more so for the notebook. These are like the pencil pouches, so they have the 3 holes already to go into a binder, and these do come in different colors. I saw red and pink, and then this blue color. And it looks like it does also come in black. I didn't see black in my store, but I did see these other 2. So it's just a clear front, clear pouch, zip. I just unzipped it, open it up, and of course you can take that paper out once you get it. I'm going to use these probably to keep my pens and pencils separated and markers, and just keep them on me in my bag as I go, because as a special ed teacher, I do full co-teaching. So I'm in 4 different classrooms, or well, 3 different classrooms every day. The same 3, but like I go to 3 classes per day. because my fourth block is planning. So I go to 3 different classes per day, and so I have to carry my stuff with me to each classroom. So it's nice to have, like pens, pencils, markers, and other little supplies that kids might need. I like to keep mechanical pencils and even regular pencils on me, sometimes extra erasers, like those little things, highlighters, like these highlighters I'm going to have with me. I like to keep those things with me because a lot of times, because I do teach English and we do a lot of things with like highlighting, reading and helping kids with stuff, having those things with me is helpful for when I'm working with the students, especially when we do like small groups and things like that, and they might need some supplies. It's very helpful. So this is also great for a student to put in their binder or just keep it in their backpack to keep things separate. I picked up 2 of these. Again, these are $1.25 a piece, and they do come in the different colors. Now, the last thing that I have from Dollar Tree are books. And you guys know I've already talked about you can find books. Don't sleep on it. Every Dollar Tree is different. Some Dollar Trees I've noticed cater more towards children and children's books. So they may have things like the Judy Blume, the Nancy Drews, like all those classics that we grew up with. And then you have some that focus more on the adult books, and they may carry, and then a lot of them carry both. So it's always hit or miss. I go to like 4 different Dollar Trees in my area, and the selection varies in each one. None of them have like similar. They do carry some of the same books, but very rarely do I say like, oh, some of them are more adult leaning, some of them are more child leaning. So you just have to look. This is the one I picked up today, and I knew this book existed for a long time, but $1.25 is as much as I wanted to pay to see whether or not this is a good book. But I have heard good things about it. And this is from Curtis Jackson, aka 50 Cent, the rapper. Yes, he does have a book out called The Accomplice. And it was also written with the assistance of Aaron Phillip Clark, who is a mystery writer, I believe. And when I say mystery, not like ghostwriter type person, like the way, some artists have ghostwriters. I think when I say mystery writer, I mean that he is a mystery author. So that's his genre that he writes in. And so they collaborated to create this book called The Accomplice. And it is, like I said, I'm not typically a hardback person, but I did want to read this book. It was originally $27.99, like if you go to the bookstore, and so getting this for $1.50 is not bad. This is about the girl that you see here. Her name is Mia, and she is a Texas bred, New York born, Texas bred Nia Adams, and she is a Texas Ranger. And she's also the first black female Ranger in her particular position. So we already know that has a little something, the eyes are on her a little bit more than they would be on others. So she gets into a situation, and she has this big case that is kind of dangerous. So, or not kind of, is dangerous. And so it kind of talks about how all that plays out. So it does sound really good based on what I've read. So I can't wait to read it and maybe give you guys some feedback. If you have read it, let me know if you enjoyed the book or not. It seems like it might be pretty good. And like I said, I have heard good things about it. And that was the only copy that was in there when I went. And the other books I picked up from a different Dollar Tree. This paperback called Ultra 85. I actually saw this in Barnes and Noble, and that's mainly why I picked it up, because I was like, it was on display as like a one of the features, and so I was like, for $1.25, we'll pick it up, and they had more than one. So I feel like if it sounds good, I might pick up a couple more to add to my classroom library. This looks like it might be a kind of sci-fi or dystopian type situation based on the summary on the back. It's the year 2115, so we're in the year 2115. Earth is no longer inhabitable, and the remainder of humanity lives in Babel, a giant space station. So we already know that's kind of the prediction for the future in general, is that eventually at some point we're going to end up moving or having to move to either the moon or Mars or other places, because we're going to basically tear up Earth and destroy it, and we can't live here anymore. Plenty of futuristic movies about that, and this seems to fall right in line. So there's going to be a situation here. This particular author is a New York Times bestseller. This book is by, what is his name? This is from Logic. He's a Grammy-nominated, platinum-selling recording artist, author, actor, streamer, and film producer. So this is his book. He also wrote a book called Supermarket. Here he is on the back. So it looks like with his son there. And so, yeah, this sounds like it'll probably be a good book. So I picked it up, like I said, for the price, and knowing that it seems to be pretty interesting. The Chanel Sisters by Judith Little. Ever, I had seen this book before and I debated on getting it, but I think this is actually about Chanel, as in the Chanel we know, the fashion brand, Coco Chanel. So this is about Antoinette and Gabrielle, who is Coco Chanel. We know who Chanel is. I actually love Chanel perfume, and Coco Mademoiselle is my favorite. But we love Chanel. But this is actually the backstory about her and her sister. Um, I didn't know this. This was new to me, that they were abandoned by their family at a young age and that they were like raised in a nunnery. I really didn't know the history of Chanel. But this is pretty much their story, and I thought this is pretty cool to have this. And they had a few of them, so I bought one to read at some point. I don't know when I'll get to this. This is not something that is. This is something that I would like to read and that I want to know about, but it's not. I have other books that I probably want to read before this one, but it is one I want to have in my collection. So for $1.25, definitely added it. And the last Dollar Tree item we have here is this book called The Sun Sets in Singapore. The cover drew my attention, and so I think it's Kende Fadipi. I hope I pronounced that right. Probably didn't, but I picked it up just from the cover alone, and then I read a brief bit of the summary. Um, Dara. Oh, these it's going to be about three women who live in Singapore. They're living the glamorous expat dream until a mysterious, not to mention handsome, new arrival infiltrates their tight-knit community and ruins everything. Sounds good. So looks like a man's going to cause some trouble between some friends. And this is a Read with Jenna book, which I'm not familiar with that, but I had another book that was also part of like Read with Jenna. So I'm assuming this is a popular book club of some sort. And so I'm going to look that up. This book was originally $29. That's the cover price. So again, $1.25 seems like a pretty good read. And like I said, I'm not really a hardback cover fan, but when it comes to deals like this and books that sound pretty good, I will pick them up. So that is all for my Dollar Tree haul. And now I want to toss in my Aldi items. I'm just looking to see how I have them all. Starting with this. Well, actually, I'll start with these. These cute little clear crossbody bags. So these bags were $5.99 each. And they also have one in black with the black trim if you prefer black. But I like these two colors because I felt like either of these can go with pretty much anything. They're very good neutrals, including black, because I love like a black and brown combo, especially this color brown. And same with this. So I feel like these are neutral enough to go with pretty much any color, so I didn't need the black. So I got these two, again, $5.99 each. And these are about the size of my Telfar bag that I carry already. So I can definitely work with the sizing. And in terms of the clearness, this is great. I don't know where you guys live, but in my area and a lot of places where you go to sporting events or concerts and venues like that, they require a clear bag policy, or they have a clear bag policy. So they require you to have see-through bags and whatnot. And I thought this would be perfect. This meets the size requirements. It's a crossbody, as you can see, the straps on the inside. But this is what it will look like. And it's very much like my Telfar bag. It's actually probably slightly bigger than my Telfar bag. And so the one thing I was going to do, and it zips. We love that it zips all the way across. The one thing I was going to do is maybe use my Cricut Maker to customize it here. I saw where someone in the Aldi group had put back how we used to do the monograms and things, make one and maybe put like an M there for my name or do something to make it a little cute and customizable. So you could do that, and that would be a great gift too for somebody if you kind of made that. So something I'm thinking about, but this is just called a clear crossbody bag. And like I said, I think it would be great to be able to use for those outings where you do have to have a clear bag or they have a clear bag policy. And maybe even if you have someone in school that needs a clear bag or has to have all clear, like book bags and all types of things, this would also be a good bag for $5.99. And this feels like, I don't think it's actual leather, obviously, but it is a very good sturdiness to it. And then the zipper, it looks almost identical to my Telfar bag, to be honest, in terms of the zippers and all that. And this is the strap. It's adjustable. And the hooks are here on the side, so you can adjust it and put it on So I would highly recommend it if you see them, and like I said, they do also have it in black. If you the black trim as well. But I got this one, and I got this pretty brown, same thing. You can see what it will look like, strap and all, and everything. So I would recommend these if you can still find them. My store still has quite a few in stock. So if I want to go back and get the black or get some more, for a gift or something, I think, something to think about. Next up, now this I've had for a while, so I'm sorry I didn't share it earlier because it might be gone. Because y'all know things in Aldi, like they get gone quick. It comes in a few different colors. I got this pretty kind of pink color. I know they had like a cream color, and I want to say maybe blue was the other color. But I specifically wanted this nice pink. I'm not a girly girl pink, but I do love the color. And this is from the brand Nelly, which I have actually purchased some other items from like Home Goods and TJ Maxx, and I do carry those with me for lunch and things like that at work, and so I like them. So I do trust the brand. I think it's a Canadian brand actually, and it is a women owned or woman owned brand as well. So I do trust the brand already. And just to see on the back, this is the extra large snackle box. So these are all the rage, and the dividers are removable, so you can create your own size needs and divisions. But this is just an example of what you can do with it. And I'm thinking, I don't know if you guys know, but like if you fly, you can take something like this on the plane. It just can't have liquid in it. So as long as there's no liquids, you can take like snacks like crackers and peanuts and fruit and things. Again, as long as there's no liquid, you can take it on the plane. So this would be great for that. So if you have children and you have like a little bit longer flight, put their snacks in there, snacks for you. It's great, and it can also be used as a tackle box for fishing. You can to carry like your hook, bait, etc. You can use it for crafting if you have like little beads and things like that maybe you don't want everywhere. You need somewhere to put it. So it has a lot of uses. It is dishwasher safe on the top rack, so we love that. But again, like I said, I use things from the Melly brand. I've been happy with them. They are good quality. It is a woman-owned brand, and it's durable, portable, and lightweight, and it has 24 compartments. So I absolutely love that. And again, the removable dividers to customize, what you need. And if you're wondering how it works, it has like the snap here. So that's how it works. So just want to share that. I think these were $7.99 if I remember correctly. Either $7.99 or $9.99. But still a pretty good deal for this size snackle box. And we know snackle boxes have been trending for a couple years now. Alright. Next up, very similar to the bag that I found at Dollar Tree, these are also easy zipper pouches. They also had different options in terms of the color. I got the like white on white, I guess you could say, but I did see one that had black, and then they had other colors as well. So you can definitely get other colors if you want to maybe use it as a color coding system or whatnot, just like the one from Dollar Tree. But you get two of these. I want to say these are like $2.99, which is not bad for the pouches. These are the same size, I believe. They're both 13 by 10 inches, 13.4 by 10 by 8, 10.8 inches. And yeah, they're same size. And as you can see, if they use it here to carry like supplies, like scissors, pencils, a little notebook. And this will also be good, especially if you teach kids, as I want to say like younger kids, and you want to create each student a little bag with the supplies they might need daily, or like at their desk or table, or in a group or something like that. It's great for that. You can create these, put their names on it, so they can have a customizable thing. And then of course they can add their own supplies, but at least every child would have like their own personal kind of little caddy or whatever, and these will be easy to store. They also have like a little pull string on the zipper, so that could be nice to open as well. And then I'm also thinking about when we do review games for testing, when that comes up, we use like the cards and things like that you can put in here to store these games. So yeah, for $2.99, I recommend them. And I saw that Aldi is also getting the cases, like those kind of bubble hard cases that everybody went crazy over like the other year. I actually like them. I carry one in my bag to keep in my teacher bag to keep stuff like hand sanitizer, Tide to Go pen, because again, I work with high schoolers, and yes, I have actually used the Tide to Go pen and wipes, things like that, hand sanitizer, something else I keep in there, band-aids. Like I have the mini first aid kit from what is the people that always have like the cute, super cute stuff? Either way, I use like the use that to carry those types of things in my t-shirt bag, so they can be used for that too. And I also have one that I'm going to keep in my car that has things like hand sanitizer, wipes, medicine, like like some the travel size, Motrin and Advil and etc. and all that type of thing. So I have one of those for the car too. So they are very good cases, and I think they're going to have like a kind of the bigger one and a small one for $3.99, and I think they're color coded in terms of the zipper thing. So I think all they're supposed to be getting them in this week. So that's something to be on the lookout for. Target also has them, but I'm pretty sure they're like $3 or $4 a piece at Target versus getting a set for $3.99 at Aldi. So keep an eye out for those if you like those and you would like to add them to your collection. So everything up, last but not least from Aldi, and I think people will also like this. I've seen it in the group. Is this storage ottoman, and it's considered blanket storage, which that's why I bought it. And this comes in 3 different colors. It will turn into an ottoman like this, and it comes in, of course, this black, and then it also comes in a cream color and a brown that is like this color. So this color brown, and then it's really like this color cream. So I may get, now that I have this black one, because I'm going to keep it in my living room. So with the gray sofas, I think this was the best color because I have darker colored brown, dark brown, and things like that. So the other brown that's more caramel wouldn't necessarily fit. So I thought the black would be the best fit. But now I'm thinking about usage purposes, and I might get a couple more for my guest bedroom, and one for my guest bedroom and one for my room to maybe store like clothes in, because I do have a rocking chair in my bedroom, and it could be a good little ottoman. Somebody put their feet up when they're sitting in the chair, but it could also store like when I'm switching over things like PJs that are from winter to summer, but I don't want to put them in the vacuum bags and like toss them under my bed and like in the vacuum bags, because I want them to be kind of close by, but it just makes it easier. And I mean, I can use the ottoman anyway, so it can be used to store some things and not take up a lot of space, and not require a vacuum bag. So this one will be in my living room for blankets. When I have guests, I have tons of blankets. I picked up tons of blankets from Aldi, like the throw blankets. So I will get one of these. Might even get one for work to keep the blankets in. Like I said, I was going to have it for my students to maybe have some access to blankets, because sometimes they do get a little cool and they like to have blankets and things to wrap up with, or like a little reading nook. So these are $7.99 a piece, which is a good deal. And I am going to be putting this to use pretty much as soon as I wrap up here. And this is it's non-leather, even though it looks like leather, and you can just wipe it clean if it were to get dirty. And I want to say that if you fill it up, it's going to fill out to like a regular kind of cube here. So you can use it as like a foot, if you have a sofa, somebody can put their feet up with this, or a side chair, and they can put their feet on it. If you have pets, your cat will probably find it and make it a new bed. So these are the types of things that you can use it for, other than just have it sitting. But for me, it's going to sit kind of in between my sofa and side chair, which is where I have a current basket of blankets. But I think this says it should hold up to 7 blankets, I believe. I thought I saw that somewhere. I might be hallucinating. But it's supposed to hold a good amount, and it does expand. So yeah, it says blanket storage, but you can use it for so much more. I'm probably going to use it for some other things as well. But I might pick up a couple more and maybe another color or so to put in my other rooms. So that is all that I have for you guys for my Dollar Tree and Aldi finds. I am going to be swinging by Aldi again in the next day or two, so I will probably have another video. It might be a short though, depending on what I pick up. So if you like these Aldi finds and Dollar Tree finds, let me know down below, and let me know what are some of the things that you like to shop in those stores for. If you have an Aldi near you, I know most people have a Dollar Tree nearby. Everybody may not have access to Aldi, but if you have either or both, if you have one or both of those stores near you, put down below what things you like to shop for and what finds have you been finding lately. See you next time.